about this particular functions. So yeah, I'll just brush up with one topic which we discussed in the last class. So we have this function hello over here. So when I call this function hello, automatically this function will be called, and automatically howdy with three exclamatory and hello there will be printed. So why do we use function? Function is used basically to reuse the existing code again and again, how many number of times. So here I'm calling the function hello for 6 times. So 6 times the same function is called, and you can see the output over here. Howdy 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 number of times. So this is a simple question. So next comes with the parameters. So yesterday even we saw this where Ajit. This is one more thing which I need to add is, yeah, when the interpreter starts interpreting, this is a not an executable line as of now. Yes, it is an executable line of code, but the control is not there here also. So the execution starts here. Hello one, Ajit. So Ajit is a particular parameter where you can observe that hello one is having one parameter. So hello one Ajit. So automatically the control goes to hello one with what will be the argument here? It will be the Ajit. So Ajit comes and resides in the name. So print hello, concatenate with the name which is Ajit. So next comes hello to Ajit and Abhilash. So next you can see here the function name is hello to. So hello to name one will be Ajit and name two will be Abhilash. So we are printing hello Ajit and Abhilash. So that's what you have seen over here in the results. So next comes, we have to understand what do you mean by call, pass, argument, and parameter. So whatever you see in the function is called as an argument. Whatever you send via the function name is called as a parameter. So call and pass. Call is nothing but who is calling, say hello is calling. Right? This there can be calling function and call function, but here we do not simulate that. So call and pass is nothing but say hello is calling, and what is the pass argument which you are passing for the name here? Al, right? Whatever it is. So print hello plus al, right? So when we run, we get the particular result as hello al. So parameter, argument, calling, say hello is the calling. You are passing the parameter to the name. So these are the four things. Yeah, when we say about the define, you have defined it. So definition here is actually the defining part. So next is the definition, say name, L name, and F name. So print. So here, L name and F name is having with the function say name. So say name of DC and ABI. So DC comes to the L name and ABI comes to the F name. So what do we print? The name is F name and L name. Basically, it is yeah. First name is Abhi and last name is DC. So next is about the random numbers. Is here we simulate the random number generation based on that. It is just a you have seen about the 8-ball fortune teller, right? So it is simulating that, right? So here, when you look into the example, I'm importing a package called as random, because when I press something, some number randomly it has to generate, and that particular number should not be repetitive in any way, any case, right? So in order to use the random number which is existing, we import it from the particular package called as random. So random is a package. So here, yeah, how does the control get answer? Below we actually have it. So I'm declaring a variable r which is equals to random dot random integer between 1 to 9. 1 to 9 I'm generating a random number and it is saved in r. So r is the variable which I print first. That is why you see 2 here. Then fortune is equals to get answer of r. Get answer is a function. You're sending the random number which has been generated from 1 to 9. To which function? Get answer. That result will be stored in fortune. So we go to the get answer function. Once we come to the get answer function, R is actually sent over here. What is that R? R is some number, right? I'm just searching for that particular number by using else if ladder. If answer number is equals to 1, it is certain. If it is 2, it is decidedly so. So if it is 3, yes. If it is 4, reply hazy, try again. So if it is 5, ask again later. 6 is concentrate. 7 is my reply is no. Outlook not so good. 9 is very doubtful. So this is a ball generation which you actually have seen. So here, let me run this particular program. When I run, so it is asking, yeah, it generated a number from 1 to 9, which is, it generated 1. So what is a 1? 1 is nothing but it is certain. Right? Whatever you think, whether it's like a fortune teller, whether you look into. So if my question is, will I be rich in the next year? Isn't that my question, right? So I'm asking a question, will I be rich next year? And what it says, oh, it's telling no, right? So yeah, probably I won't be rich next year too. So next comes the none value, spam is equals to print hello. None is equals to spam, meaning I'm assigning the value of spam as none, right? So when you print the spam, none, right? So none will be printed. Most of the time, we do not use this none. Instead of none, we just write something else, right? Or else we do not use at all. So it is about the none keyword. So next comes the arguments and the printf function. So printf function is, as we all have used the printf till now. Print with hello, print with world, both are the same. Both will be treated as a string, right? So the output will be hello and world. So next is hello end with star and world, right? So what exactly it says here, if you want anything to be printed at the end always, so you just give the particular word as end and you specify what you want to print at the end, right? Regardless of whatever you give over here at the end, it will be adding this star. And the next line we have world. So that's why you see hello star world. Whatever you want, you can give. I just give this particular character. So you can see hello world, whatever it is. So next is local variables. So one more thing is local variables is not good to use with the global scope, even though if it most of the time, what happens here is the names may be confusing. So you do not define the global names and the local names with the small case, right? Try some other fashion where the global variables will be recognized easily. So global variables can be recognized by giving the maximum cases or the upper cases. So x is equals to 3133. So what happens here? You're calling the spam. You're going to spam, and x is the x are being updated with 31337, and you're printing. So the first time when you print within the function, the local variable will be triggered. So 31337 will be your first result. Once you come back, now this x is actually not considering this local variable. It is actually going to the global scope. So that's why you can see 3133. So this is the example. So most of the time to ignore this, use the upper cases for the global variables because it may be quite confusing sometimes. So local scopes cannot use variables in other local scopes. Very simple. This x is only for this diff, only for this function. This ham is only for this function. Okay. So here you can see x, but I have not declared it in the local scope. If you're not declared in the local scope, definitely you have given in the global scope. So that will be updated. So let's look into the example. I have spam. So the control go to swam here. So x will be equal to 99. Then you're going to bacon. So you're going to the function bacon. Ham is equals to 101. X, you are making it as 0. Which egg is made as 0 now? That's the question, right? So this particular function is making x as 0, but it sees this egg. Doesn't mean that this egg will be made as 0. No. Once it comes out of this particular function, so this x will retain the same value because this is a local scope. So it comes back to here, you are printing x. So what is the egg which this function is seeing? 99. So 99 is what you are seeing. Once you come out of the spam, so next you are printing x. Which x is it is seeing the global scope X, which is 200. That's why you see 200. So be very careful when dealing with the local and the global scope. It may be quite confusing. So local and global variables with the same name, definitely. Previously, we used the same name. So here what happens, we come here, execution starts from here, we go to Bacon. Bacon, in the Bacon, X value is Bacon local. Okay, so when you print the X, you print Bacon local first, right? Once you come back to the next line, that is spam, you go to the function spam. In the spam, X is equals to spam local. So when you're printing the X, this will be printed. So spam local will be printed. Once you come back to here, who called you this spam? Actually from Bacon. So you come here, print X. So now which X will be printed? This Bacon local, because this is a local scope. That will be printed. And now I'm updating the X as global. X is equals to global. And now we come back to the print of X. Which X it is, does it seize? That's the question, right? So now, yeah, so the X value is the global value which it actually sees, right? So yeah, previously I think we have given some X value. So this is 3133, can you see? So that's the global value which it has taken. Okay, so yes. Next comes the particular example where I have spam local X, sorry, global X. This is nothing, but this is one of the idea where the local variable can be made as global variable also by using the keyword called as global. When you use the global as X, it becomes global variable. All right. So now spam, you're calling the spam, you come here, X is now global, X is equals to spam. Okay. So now once you come back, X is equals to global, right? So when you're printing the particular X, this particular X is holding what? Spam. So that will be displayed. That will be displayed. Next comes the same example of X and ham. So spam of global X, X is equals to spam, define whatever it is. So X is equals to 42, which is the global value. You're going to spam, so you're going here, global of X, then X is equals to spam. So you're highlighting it. Now, this 42 will be gone and your X will be now spam, right? Then you come back, print the X. So X has been updated with spam now. That's why you see as a spam. Next, define, okay, we will come here, X equals to global, meaning X value is holding global and spam is called, we come to the spam, print the X. Now, what happens is, we are holding the value as global, right? So here we come back to spam, and when you print the X, right, there is a problem. We have the problem which it is not seeing. It cannot see. This X cannot see because it is after this particular line. X is coming after the particular line. It should be before. That's why you see the error. Okay, so when you run this, you actually see the unbounded local error, meaning you are asking for X, but X is not there. Which egg should I take? If this line, if it is before printf, yes, it was fine. As it is, yes, spam local, which you will be getting. Okay. So next comes the another topic, something called as exception handling, which we'll be looking into it. So what do I mean by exception handling? Exception handling is a concept which actually highlights what type of exception has been created. And when you look into the basic definition of exception, it's a runtime error. So when you get errors in the compilation, then it is called as syntax error. When you encounter an error at the time of execution, then it is called as a runtime error or exception handling. Okay. So these exception handling are have to be dealt with very carefully. Why? Because your program will not give it as an error. You will not see any logic, I mean syntactical error over here. It's a logical error when you encounter a exception handling. So here you can see I have print spam of 2, right? So you're sending this function spam with the value of 2. So 2 goes here and return 42 by 2. 42 by 2 is 21, right? So 21 is what you have seen. Next 12 came.
So for 12, it is
So
3.5.
exactly 3.5.
And
Then the 0 you encountered when you divide 42 by 0, then you cannot divide any number by 0. So that's a exception. That's basically a divide by 0 exception. 0 division error exception. So you encountered a particular exception, and as you are not handling it, the particular application handled it, and it is showing divide by 0 exception. Okay. So next is next example is how do I handle the exception? Right. In the previous, we didn't handle the exception when it encountered. So how do I handle the exception? Very simple. Put the code which may create the exception in try block. Right. So divide by 0 is the one particular variable which is creating the problem here. So put that in try block. Okay. Next.
So by this, we'll give the code that command that if it comes 0, you need to give a statement like it's an invalid argument.
Yes. If it encounters this particular exception, you can handle it, or you can print that it's an invalid argument. No chaos will be there. So looking into the example, print spam of 2. So 2 comes here, 42 by 2, 21. Next 12. So 42 by 12, 3.5. Next 0 came. Next 0 will be sent here. 42 by 0 is divide 0 error, which it caught. It printed invalid argument. Then it did not stop over here. It continued to the next 1. So 42 by 1 is 42. Then it displayed and it executed normally, and the program terminated normally. So this is a use of exception and handling it. So next we have another example here. So spam divide by return 42 by divide by. I have the try block. So print spam of 2, 42 by 2, 21. 42 by 12, 3.5. Next spam of 0. Next what happened here? 0 came, 42 by 0. Now what happened? Problem created. Right? What is the problem? Now, yes, I am using the try block in the values, but not where it is encountering. So 0 came, no issue. Right? When 0 came, 42 by 0, division error occurred, right? And what it actually did, it gave invalid argument and it terminated off. This particular line of code, it didn't execute. That's why you are not seeing the one value, which is 42 by 1, which is 42. Okay. So always be very careful where you have to specify the try block. Try should be there where the situation may arise, not at the value which you are sending. Okay. So where exactly the codes which are susceptible, which are moving towards a exception, there it should be, or that particular code should be surrounded by the try block. Next is about some guessing program which we have written. Guess the number. This is a guessing name. I'm using the random number, right? So what's happening here is I'm actually taking one particular number. I'm letting you to memorize one number and asking, is the number greater than 21 or less than 21? Sorry, greater than 10 or less than 10, right? So CPU has defined one number using the random number. If it is holding 7, you guess the number as 10. CPU tells that it is a lesser number. if the CPU has selected 13 and the number which you have guessed it as 10, then computer says that the number is above, right? It's more or it's too low, right? So let's see the logic over here. I'm creating a secret number using random 1,20. I'm thinking of a number between 1,20. It is printed. Next, it is asking the player to guess, right? So you have been given in range of 1 to 7, how many guesses, right? So guess is equals to input. So if the guess is less than secret number, it says that your guess is too low. If your guess is more than the secret number, your guess is too high. Else, on all the 7, on all the cases, if you have encountered the right condition, then it says that good job, you have guessed the number in how many iterations, how many guesses you have taken, right? Else, it says that the number which it was thinking was with respect to the value. Okay. So I think I'll run this particular code now, right? You just 1 to 20, a computer has guessed the number, right? Now what I'll do is, say for play, I give it as 10. So what does it say? My 10 value is more. Now what happened? The value is between 0 to 10. Say for side again, I take it as 5. So good job. You guessed the number in 2 guesses. So 5 was the number. So it guessed the number in how many attempts? Only 2 guesses. So try once. I'm running. The computer actually generated one number. You give the number.
Is a random generator.
Based on random number only it is generated.
Black pen
red black ಇದೆ ಇಲ್ಲ ಇದೆಯಾ ಕೊಡಪ್ಪ ನಾನು ಫೋಟೋ ತಗೊಳ್ತೀನಿ